Love of Marriage Huntsville. What are we doing and what are we even talking about at this point? Lord, y'all, these last few episodes really haven't been giving much in my opinion, but I'm still trying to come to y'all with the reviews. I'm hoping it's going to pick up. But anyway, y'all, welcome back. This is the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, we are talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8. This is Owns Love and Marriage Huntsville. Carlos King's Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is Season 8, Episode 6, titled No More Nice Tish. Before we get into it, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up button for your girl. Make sure y'all are subscribing to the channel, watching the video all the way through, share the video, and comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Let me know if y'all think the season is moving kind of slow as well. I'm not trying to give up on the show, but I really almost didn't do this review. If I'm honest, I was like, I don't know. Is it worth it? The algorithm been playing too, but I was like, let me just stick to it. Let me stick to it. Plus, I know I'm going to be late with videos next weekend because I'm going to be outside. So I was like, let me be consistent as long as I can. All right. I got to stay motivated, right? Anyway, let's get into this review. So basically, the episode picks up where they left off from last week with, what's the girl named Trisha talking with her man, Ken, about, is she gonna get them divorce papers done or not. He's like, I don't want to be all the way involved with something, and then later down the road you get scared and you don't want to get married. And so he's like, because he's seen those situations before, basically where like a woman will be with a guy and then later on she'll end up going back to her old thing because that's what was more comfortable and better. Trish, is that her name? Trish says she not gonna do that because that situation was not good. She did share in a confessional that her ex, when her family, all the family members that she lost, when they passed away, that her ex was not there for her at the time. He was too busy, like taking care of other people or satisfying other people instead of taking care of home. Now, I don't know exactly what that meant, but we can guess. Anyway, she says she's just scared. She does want to marry him. She wants to move forward, but the thought of marriage does scare her, but she does want to do it. He said, he wants to move forward with things, but he wants to make sure that she's sure. And he shared, I don't know if it was this scene or later on when he's talking with Courtney, but he doesn't even want to propose to her until she gets this divorce. So he was okay, are you going to have the conversation with the dude? Like, what you going to do? And she's like, yeah, that's a lot, asking a lot. He's like, well, how else is going to happen? And he whispered, like, you better get them papers signed. And she was like, she's scared to talk to him. He's like, you need to be even more scared if you don't get this divorce. And I feel like he was saying, girl, stop playing with me, get this divorce, or I'm not proposing. That's what it was very much he was giving. Okay. Trish said she felt like this conversation went well. And it was kind of a breakthrough for her and for both of them. All right. Anyway, moving on. Y'all food, y'all was eating look good though. I'm tired of having this conversation about Trish not getting this divorce. I'm tired of it. I'm glad we're not talking about Sonny and Moses this week, but I'm tired of having this conversation over and over and over again. Anyway, like I said, moving on. Then I think we get to the Fletcher's house. So Chris and Nell is going off because all her shoes are disorganized. She said it takes her a long time to get ready because she got to look through all the boxes to see what shoes she want to wear. And the shoes are not in the right boxes. Girl, you need to label them boxes. But I get it because I be doing the same thing. I try to remember what shoe is in what box, but I be forgetting. Okay. Certain boxes I know the shoe because it's in its original box. But when the shoe is not in the original box, yeah, it'd be kind of hard to remember. She says she need another closet. She need a bigger closet. Chris said he not going to argue with her. He not going to tell her to throw nothing away. He going to build her a closet. He said he going to get the people over there. He going to get the contractors over there. And he going to build her a closet. I said, that's a good man. Okay. She said she not going to get her hopes up. She going to be humble, but she hoping he will make her a closet. I think Chris will make her a closet. I do. Anyway, he said, your birthday party coming up. She was like, I know. She hoping everybody would get along. She's asking him who all did he invite. He said he pretty much invited everybody he could think of. Now we know he didn't invite Martell, and Martell was not in this episode because Nell told him he was not invited. So Anyway, she was like, we got to invite Stormi, but then the teacher come and our Stormi and teacher gonna get along. They had words at their reunion. Chris said maybe this is the time where they would talk and work through it. No, this is not the time they will talk and work through it. But okay, let's be hopeful. Let's pretend. So Nell say, okay, you think it's gonna work out? You think it's gonna, they're gonna get together? And she said, plus the kids. She said we worried about them. We need to be worried about them kids getting along. Because I guess Kiki and Lil Chris not getting along, and Kiki blocked Lil Chris. I can't imagine having one of my siblings blocked. I don't know. When it comes to my siblings, it's different. Like, I'm closer with my siblings than like my parents. You know what I mean? Because it's like we all had the same experience. Now, I'm talking about the siblings I grew up in the house with. I do have 3 younger siblings that are half siblings. I don't say the half thing as well. I don't do that half thing like they were talking about on The Shy. But I wouldn't block them 3 either. Like, they my siblings. But I get it. People, sometimes need to set boundaries and stuff. I'm not saying it's wrong to block your sibling. Like, if that's what you got to do, that's what you feel you got to do. I just can't imagine blocking any of my siblings at this point in my life right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Anyway, so they also talk about the whole Lexi thing, Lexi doing her tell all podcast, whatever she did, talking to the bloggers. And Ms. Nell said she's tired of people saying she need to work out with her stepdaughter. She said can't work nothing out that don't want to be worked out. Chris said in the commercial that he did reach out to her, but she didn't respond. And he's not going to use this time because he wants Nell to enjoy her birthday and he wants his wife to have a good time, but he does want to work things out. I think a lot of the responsibility falls more on Chris to work it out with Lexi because that's his biological daughter. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Moving on, we get Ken and what's his name? Courtney. They go to pretend to play basketball. And Courtney ain't doing nothing, child. So anyway, they said he used to play together back in the day. So they start talking about Stormi's event coming up and how Trish is going to be in it. I guess Ken is going to be the one rubbing the oil on Trish. And he talked about the whole Martell thing and how Martell tried to act like he didn't know Trish. And he said, make him feel some type of way, trying to make it look like Trish was one of Martell's girls or something. Now they making that a thing. I feel like that's really not a thing. And Martell's always going to make it look like it's a thing because that's Martell, but it's not a thing. They also talked about the fact that, Ken wants to marry Trish, but she's not divorced yet, and the guy hasn't been communicating, so partially it's not her fault. And Courtney's like, you can still propose to her, even though she's separated, right? And he's like, no, like I don't want to do nothing until she gets separated. He's like, what if it's 10 years down the line? Ken is like, no, I'm not waiting that long now. She needs to get together, basically. So Ken is ready for Trish to get it popping. So with the divorce, like, get these papers together, girl. And I'm like, Trish, girl, what you doing? Like, I get it. Like, the guy's not communicating with girl. You can have him served. Like, I don't know. Something not right about that. Something not right. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to call Maurice. Give Maurice on the line. So anyway, now the next thing we get is and most of the episode was Miss Nell's party. Like, good second half of the episode was Miss Nell's party. So next thing we get is Kimmie meeting up with Kimmie and Maurice are meeting up with Tisha and Marsau. So Scott's 1.0 with the Scott's 2.0. And I like to see the Scott's all get together. So they're meeting up. Now it's like, why was it y'all down to the black? But anyway, they was eating. I guess Maurice was taking the last chicken wing because he's selfish. And Kimmie said, you're not supposed to eat the last chicken wing. That's what they say. You're not supposed to eat the last piece of cake, last piece of chicken wing, last piece of this and that. They got that from that movie. What is that movie? The Brothers? I think it was The Brothers. Morris Chestnut and Gabrielle Union. Anyway, and Jennifer Lewis said that, that's how you know if a man love you, he don't eat the last of it. So anyway, Marsau's like, you supposed to do that with a crab leg, not no chicken. I said, I know that's right, Marsau. So anyway, they got onto the property that Kimmie and Maurice are working on. I forgot they called it. They said something street. Anyway, and Andrea's helping to draw out the plans. They want to keep it like an eatery. Kimmie said, she wants Marsau. Well, Maurice said, we want you to do the project, Marsau. Kimmie's issue with having Marsau do it is the fact that, history dictates the future. Scott Manor is not done. This other project, the condo, whatever it is not done. Tisha's office is not done. So she's like, she don't want to even. She's like, never mind, I don't even want to go on. And we know that all those projects are not done. They're not done. So, she said, I want Marsau to do it, but I know he has a lot on his plate, and I could be annoying. And like when we worked on my phone said it's 8:30. When we worked on Mommy's house, I kept saying, Marsau, what's going on with this? Marsau, what's going on with that? And you were getting annoyed with me, and I know I'm gonna be annoying, and I don't want that issue. She's like this project, like I needed to move forward, I needed to move along. Like I don't need no hangups and excuses. And Jorge didn't show up, so this didn't get done, and Ray J didn't show up, so this didn't get done. I was like, not Jorge and Ray J. She said, if Jorge didn't make it, then you need to be there, Marsau. So Marcel's like, oh, don't you worry. We got superintendents, we got project managers, we got this person. If you give me a drawn up plan, the technical plans, I think is what they have drawn up. They said, if you give me that, then I can give you a good timeline. And so, Tisha's like, okay, well, Marsau, do you even want to do this? Like, they saying you're going to do it. Like, we should be deciding, do you want to do this? And so I was like, Tisha said she going to fight for her man. Okay. She said, don't do us. Don't do the sculpt. So Marsau was like, yes, I do. Like, I want to do it. So Kimmie and Maurice said they have a lot of, they have like 3 serious people putting in a bid. And so Marsau and Tisha said in the confessional, like the reason why things can be late is for many different reasons. And Marsau said it's a difference of a project they're paying for. Yeah, it's going to be more delayed versus a project they're getting paid for. Like when they did Mommy's house, they paid for that. When they were doing Scott Manor, they paid for that. But they get paid to do like a project like Kimmie's project and building hotels and stuff. That's going to take priority. Okay, we will see, Marsau. We will see. So he said, so Maurice said, okay, what I want you to do, Marsau, is, put in a bid. And like, Kimmie, she's going to, make you bid like everybody else. And so Kimmie's like, don't make it like it's just me. Cause how Maurice do. He quick to throw Kimmie under the bus. So she was like, no. Don't make it like it's just me. You will want your brother to put in an honest bid as well and be honest. And so Marsau was like, yeah, I want to, I want you to treat me just like everybody else. Like I will put in a bid. I don't have a problem with that. And so he said he wants to be treated fairly. Like basically, if they're quoting or saying it's this thing, and then he's saying it's another thing, and then they say like, oh, they said, they would say, oh, I knew you would say that. And then like vice versa, like they're saying something and it's not making sense what he's saying. Like he wants to be treated just like everybody else. Like basically he don't want them to like let things go just because it's family. I don't know. This was like gonna get real sticky to me. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, how this is gonna go. I'm sure it's going to cause a little rift, though. I'm sure that's the point of this episode. They're setting us up for something later on. And I will say, I'm talking about how Love and Marriage Huntsville is moving very, very slow. They do have a way of kind of setting you up for drama to come. So they kind of start like the whole Martell Trish thing, although I feel like that's nothing. And this whole Scott thing, which we knew was going to happen this season, I feel like they do kind of start setting things up slowly in the beginning. So whatever. Anyway, so Marsau's going to put in a bid, and we're going to see. Kimmie said, she want to keep the money in the family. However, she know Tisha's not in her office yet. So she's like, we shall see. Like, we shall see. Yeah, girl. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Tisha's still not her. Oh, no, y'all. Oh, child. Anyway, moving on. Now let's get to the main event. So we get to Miss Nell's birthday party. So we see Stormi and Courtney and Trisha and Ken riding to Miss Nell's birthday party in a limo. Now I'm like, who got the limo service? Was that Carlos King and them got the limo service for them? Because the Scots and them was in the limo as well. Now we didn't see Mel pull up, but anyway. So in the limo, now I should have put a picture of Stormi's outfit up here because on Twitter somebody said Stormi was giving Ronnie from Players Club, and I can't unsee it. That's exactly what she was giving. Like, it was just too much. And I know that style of hair is coming back now. You know, it is back. And I saw a lot yesterday at the French roll coming back. Now they want to do the French roll again. I'm like, y'all can leave them 90s and early 2000 styles back there, but okay. But yeah, her outfit and that hair was very much giving Players Club meets the Baps. Like, it was giving all that. It was giving all that. It was, girl, no. Yeah, no. So anyway, you know, Trish is excited to go to Nell's birthday party. She's like, oh yeah, I can see how Nell is because, you know, I want to see if she really be all of people's face like that. So Stormi's like, who said she be in people's faces? So Trish said that Tisha said that Miss Nell be all up in people's faces. And so Stormi's like, no, like Miss Nell gives like that good, you know, auntie you want to aspire to be like. Like, she is very passionate, but she don't like being in people's faces like that. And she said the only person I see her really go into like that, like in their face, is Martell, but it be out of love, like out of passion. Like, that's it. And I agree. Like, Miss Nell don't be in people's faces. She do like go off and call people out, and like it is out of love. Now I agree with that. And she messy. Now that's what Tisha should have said, is that Miss Nell is messy. Okay. So then Stormi's like, if she said something about her, she said about me. And so Trish said that Tisha said that Stormi switches it up. Like, one minute she this way, another minute she that way. So Stormi says she don't agree with Tisha's observations of Miss Nell or herself. Sometimes, Stormi, you do be switching it up though. Like, I think now you're more consistent and you're trying to stay consistent, but you did. You did have those moments where you would be one way this moment, another way another moment. Like, when you was doing all that, what's up with Destiny coming on the show with all the rah, 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 rah. And then the next season or whatever season that was, you was all zen with Mel. And then you and Mel fell out. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know, girl. You did have a tendency to switch it up. But I would say it's not personally with Letitia, though. I would say that. I don't think she's switching it up personally with Letitia. But I could see what Letitia mean when she say that about Stormi, because we've seen it on the show, because I've even said that about Stormi. But I don't feel like she's switching it up lately, right? But that's just me. Anyway, in the other car, in the Scott's limo, they talking about the party, and they talking about, you know, it was weird because Stormi invited us to they said it's the Galentine's event, but I'm pretty sure it's the Lovers and Friends ball. And you know, we would love for you to come. And they was like, we just had words at the reunion, so you know, why is she saying she would love for us to come? Like, we haven't had a conversation. And Marsau is saying, like, you know, that's just weird to me. Like, you know, I don't mess with you, you don't mess with me. We guess we don't mess with each other. Like, why are you inviting me to this? Or Tisha feels like they should have had a conversation first. I mean, dang, can Stormi extend an olive branch to y'all? Like, how about we are extending an olive branch? And one thing that irritated me about this episode is that whole, like, oh, we went through this and this and that at the reunion, so we not good. Like, I'm tired of that. Like, I always was irritated with that, with all the reality shows. Like, the girls would come back to the next season and be like, oh, you said this and this and this about me when we was in New York, when we was in LA, so I'm still mad from that. Like, can we move on? We on a new season. Like, no, I get it. That's what keeps the fuel and the momentum of the drama going. But like, can we do something different? Like, that's why reality TV is getting stale, because like, who cares about what would happen at the reunion? Like, let's move forward. Like, y'all, you still on the reunion? Y'all still on the reunion, Letitia and Marsau? Like, let's move on. Anyway, now, do I think they could have maybe had a conversation first? Maybe, yeah, possibly. But anyway, all right. So then in the back of the other limo, Ken, you know, he said, you can't believe everything you hear. And he's like, I won't be on the weird stuff because I don't like that. And Courtney said he don't want to either. He said only people he mess with is Chris, Ken, and Martell. Stormi said, what about the Scotts? Courtney said, Scott's who? I said, ooh. She said, well, Maurice, Stormi said Maurice don't, he don't really fool with nobody like that. And Maurice don't. And he just is horrible to his wife. And he's like, yeah, dude was acting like that and his wife's going through chemo. Nah, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that. And so Stormi's like, I'm glad you said that because when I'm in my time of need, I know you're going to be there. That's another thing I don't like. Courtney and Stormi were on the show when Kimmie was going through all that. Now, let me say that. I don't remember if they were in the opening credits at that point yet, or they were still friends to the show. I can't remember. They might have already been in the opening credits. They might have been. These seasons so long, child, I can't keep up. What I don't like is people coming on the show and saying they don't like how a person was on the show, but you didn't like interact with them. You talking about something happened on the show. Now, Courtney and Stormi were on the show at that time. Kimmie was going through what she was going through, so I'm not taking that away from them. But I never see Courtney talk to Maurice or interact in a scene about that. So that's what the part I don't like about it. Like, we haven't seen you call him out to his face about that, Courtney. So you just talking about something you saw on the show or, happened on the show because you on the show. I hope I'm making sense to y'all. Anyway. It's like when Stormi came on the show having an attitude and she hadn't like interacted with Destiny or whoever yet. You just had an attitude because Mel had the attitude. Like, that's the kind of stuff I don't like. So that's what Courtney was kind of giving. But like I said, at least Courtney and Stormi were on the show when Kimmie started, having the breast cancer and all that. So anyway, moving on, we get to the party. And Tisha is lit already. Okay, Tisha is lit. Okay, you see this picture behind me? Tisha, girl, did you eat before you left the house? Did you hydrate, sis? Because you was lit, girl, and not in a good way. Tisha was more lit than Miss Nell, and it was Miss Nell's party, okay? So they get into the party. They talking to the Fletcher kids because they're all sitting around in the VIP. And Kimmie asked about Alexis coming, and so Tisha's like, girl, you saw she did that blogger interview. She said she ain't coming around here no more. And so the kids were saying, like, that's what it is with Lexi. And I think Maurice is asking if they think it's fixable. And they say, yeah, but everybody gotta like come to an agreement. And so they're asking, Kimmie said she checked on Miss Nell. She said she's good. And so Marcel said something about like people think it's a badge of honor to say like you good despite everything, or you rise it above it. And he was like, some things, it should bother you though. And so the daughter or whoever the girl was, one of them Fletcher kids or cousin or niece, whoever she was, they look so different in the scene. I only recognize the boys now. She's the girl with the red hair, I think it was. She said, you can't let everything bother you. And Kimmie's like, it's the difference between letting everything bother you versus like, okay, let me set the record straight. And so, they're just talking to the kids and they, they're asking how they think, their mom and dad handled it, and they think they're fine and, all that. So then, I think Mel eventually came in at this point. Now, Mel came in with her stunner shades on. She said, I'm in the club in the VIP, honey. And her little jumpsuit, one piece. So anyway, bodysuit. That's what she had on. It was like a metallic looking bodysuit too. So soon as she get in, Tisha was all in her face, like, oh Mel, you need to take them glasses off, girl. You need to take them glasses off. And she reaches to her face to take off the glasses. Now that's what you don't do, Tisha. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even if we good friends, don't do that. And like, girl, you not real friends with men like that. Don't be reaching up to that lady face and grabbing glasses. And she's like, I know. She's like, Mel's like, don't do that, girl. Like, I'm in the club. You know where I'm at? I'm in the club. I don't know where y'all at. I'm in the club. Okay. So Miss Nell said, not Miss Nell. Mel was in the confessional said, I'm so excited for my friend's birthday party. I know she gonna be up there cutting the rug and I'm gonna be right there with her. I was like, yes, you are, Mel. So anyway, Mel, and then Tisha was trying to have a conversation about Marcel. She's like, I know you had a problem with Marcel, girl, and what Marcel said, and we need to talk about it. Tisha said, yes, but we're not going to talk about it right now. Mel said a confessional. Tisha was doing the most. She was, she was being too much. Like, she does need to have a conversation with Marcel. which we will see next week, Letitia. She said it's time and place for everything. Yeah, that was not the conversation, the time and the place for the conversation with Marsau and Mel. Now, granted, I love a good Marsau and Mel back and forth. Those are my favorite scenes, but we're going to get it next week. Letitia, calm down. So anyway, they all sit in the VIP. Letitia's like, oh my God, I don't know. What's going to come through that door? I don't know what's going to happen. I need to be ready. I need to be prepared. And so Mel's like, we have positive vibes. We have good energy. Now, Letitia is ready. Letitia is sitting on ready. She is activated. She is still activated from the reunion, but not in a good way because she gone off that liquor right now. So Letitia throwing them back. She throwing them back, right? So then Stormi, excuse me, y'all. Stormi and the crew came through. And I've rewatched it a few times to see if Stormi and Marsau and them all hugged, but I don't think they did. So anyway, they go sit down, and everybody's catching up. Marsau said he's known Trish and Ken separately from the gym scenes and all that. And so it made sense for him that they would be together. He said they look like Mr. and Mrs. Body of Huntsville. They have like the best bodies in Huntsville. All that good stuff. Tisha's like, where is Nell? Where is Nell? She late to her own party. Where is Nell? I was like, girl, be quiet. Be quiet. Tisha, I couldn't party with you, girl. So you too loud when you drunk, girl. You too loud. So anyway, then Miss Nell finally came in her little shimmery outfit with her ponytail. She's dropping it like it's hot. She backing it up in the Chris. While the kids was back there looking disgusted. I was cracking up. I was like, oh, Miss Nell. No, Miss Nell. Happy birthday, Miss Nell. We don't know how old she's turning. I'm assuming she's turning like a good 50, 60, probably. Anyway, she looks good. Miss Nell looks good, regardless. So they were like, oh, Mel said something to Miss Nell was like asking Trish, now what's your name again? So Trish is apparently related to Chris. I don't know why I want to say Ken. To Chris. And she said she would see Chris around town and be like, hey, cousin. And he'd be like, I don't know that girl. So I guess, Chris is related to everybody. He might have been related to Courtney, but I think he's not. Anyway, they were talking about age, and Mel said something about Miss Nell turning 20. And so Tisha's like, you look good 30. You look a good 30. And so Miss Nell's like, why we gotta talk about age? Like, let's not talk about it. Kimmie's like, we ain't gotta talk about that. You don't want to talk about it on your birthday. Now, Miss Nell lives in a professional. The last birthday party she had, she turned 40. So it's been a while, and her kids threw her this birthday party, which is nice, very nice. VIP people came out with all the bubbles and the shimmers and the bottles, and they was over there with Courtney. Ms. Nell's like, Stormi, get your husband. Because I was like, why did they think it was Courtney's birthday? I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, so then, everyone's talking, getting to know each other. Tisha out there blurting out stuff. Now, Trish is a trainer, right? My goal is to look like her. That's my goal. And so Ms. Nell said, well, you got a lot of work to do. I was hollered at that part. She's like, yes, girl, I got lots of work to do. And so Stormi, she's been training with Trish, and Stormi shares she wants to do a fitness competition, do the bikini thing. And so Tisha's like, okay, so you want muscles? And Stormi's like, yeah. And so then they were asking Trish more about herself, and was she always a personal trainer? She said no. She started doing that after her parents passed away at 55. She said she wanted to be alive past 55. That's her goal. So that's why she really got into fitness, and that makes sense. And so they, her parents did pass away at 7 or 8 months within each other. So Mel was like, oh wow, so you got 2 angels watching over you, girl, baby. You're gonna be just fine. You know how Mel start talking like a grandma sometimes. So then Kimmie was like, okay, girl, so are you married or what? No, like, what's up? So I'm like, Kimmie, that child ain't married. Or she is married. So then Trish gets to stumbling. And this is the other thing I'm annoyed with. Like, I'm tired of Trish trying to explain her situation. Like, I don't care no more. So I'm married. Oh, wait, I'm not married, but I'm married. But I'm separated. But I'm with somebody new. And da-da-da. And I've been separated for 5 years. And so Kimmie's like, is that the person you came in here with? She's like, yes. And so Mel's like, have you started the divorce papers? Like, girl, what's going on? Because Mel got her divorce. So then she's like, girl, no, we haven't signed no papers. We haven't done nothing. So they're like, oh, girl, like, what you doing? Like, you need to get that done. Now, across the club, we got the men all talking, and they asking Ken, like, you gonna get married? And he said, nah, she's still, she's still in a situation. So the Sky Brothers cracking up at that. I was like, why y'all laughing at that? So he's explaining the whole situation. So Marcel's like, do you trust it? You know, Marcel, he can't trust a woman. So Ken is like, no, I ain't gonna be gullible or stupid or nothing, but I do trust her. I believe her. Like it is. And so Courtney piping up, no, it's the guy though. He ain't signing the papers. It's the guy. I like Courtney. You do the most. Let Ken tell the story, sir. So Maurice is like, 5 years, y'all can get free after 5 years. And so he was saying, there's ways, you can take care of this. Like, you don't got to stay in it. And so Courtney's like, well, what are you going to do if the person not signing the papers? What you going to do? You can't get a hold of them. Again, Courtney, it's not your battle. It's Ken's. Pipe down. So then he was like, nah, dude, like there's stuff you can do. So they was like, well, Trish need to talk to you, because Courtney's like, yeah, dude, you a lawyer. Yeah. So Trish and Ken get Maurice on the line. That could be a scene. Trisha and Ken go down to Maurice's office and get some lawyering services happening. Okay, get this divorce, get these papers together. Anyway, so then all the girls is talking. Somebody's like, y'all want to take shots? Y'all take a bottle? Because get a bottle or whatever. Because Courtney's like, y'all want some shots? Like, what y'all doing? Tisha's like, we gotta take a shot, Miss Nell, for your birthday. Oh my God. And so they're like, you want a bottle? The men like, y'all want a bottle? Y'all want a shots? What y'all want? So Tisha's like, I want a bottle. I want a bottle. Marcel's like, no, you good. You don't need no bottle. And I was like, girl, you good. You don't need no bottle. So then she was like, no, I'm good. I want a bottle. So I'm like, girl, stop. Melanie, child, I call her Melody or Melody. Melody, in her confessional said, child, Tisha don't need no more to drink. She drove them drinks back so hard. She said she in danger, girl, becoming Miss Wanda. And she was. And Kimmie later on, her confessional said that Tisha, when Tisha get activated, Tisha get lit, she turned into Tisha. That other side come out, Tisha. So Tisha was present, okay, in this scene, but not in a good way. So, they talking. And so Tisha's like, yeah, this is a good group, or everybody here can be a little feisty, but it's good. And so Miss Nell was like, well, I feel like we can all be a little feisty. And so Tisha's like, yeah, but I feel like, Miss Nell, everybody, they keep us in check, man, Miss Nell. She said something else about Miss Nell, and Mel agreed, but I kept rewinding it. I couldn't understand what she said. So anyway, Miss Nell was, and so she was like, yeah, especially Miss Nell, she could really be feisty. That's what Tisha said. So Miss Nell was like, well, why do you think I'm especially feisty? And she's like, you don't think you feisty? You feisty also. And so Tisha's like, no, I'm not feisty. So Miss Nell was like, the hell you say? She reminded me of my Grady when she said that. And so they was like, girl, you feisty right now. And so she was like, I'm gonna start calling you Nell, as Mel and Miss and Nell. Y'all's names sound similar. So I'm gonna start calling you Nell. Now, why she was doing this, I was so confused. So then she was like, why are you? She was like, no, it's Nell. And then she's like, Nell. And I was like, oh girl. See, Tisha needed a friend. Nobody was there. And Kimmie sure wasn't helping her. Tisha needed somebody to say, Tisha, girl, let's go to the bar and get some water. Here, Tisha, drink your water, sis. That's this one you next to your friend. You say, girl, did you drink your water? When I say, when I'm in the places with my friends, the club or the lounge, whatever, with my friends, and I see that they are getting amped up or activated or sloppy drunk, or they about to pass out, they about to fall asleep, they about to throw up, whatever they about to do. Did you drink your water, sis? Let's get some water. Let's order some food. If we have a place to get some food, let's step outside, get some fresh air. Let's go to the bathroom. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. But see, Tisha didn't have no friends there. Okay. Kimmie is sister-in-law, but Kimmie said she ain't dealing with that. Kimmie said right there. And I'm not saying it's anybody's responsibility to take care of Tisha, y'all. I'm just joking around saying that Tisha needed a friend to escort her to the bathroom or to the bar to get some water. Okay. I wish somebody was there to gather up our sis Tisha and get her to safety, because she was out of control. So Tisha and Ms. Nell are going back and forth. And Ms. Nell's like, girl, why are you coming at me? Like, you were really on one tonight. You doing the most. And so Tisha's like, girl, I'm not coming at you. I'm not coming at you. So Stormi's like, well, like, what is the problem? So Ms. Nell's like, well, no, Tisha's like, we'll talk later. I was like, girl, it's no problem. What you talking about? So then I think Tisha was just doing like trying to be that girl, and it's like, girl, and I like Tisha. I know a lot of y'all don't like Tisha for whatever reason. Y'all don't like her. Yeah, Tisha can be a little silly, and she has her ways about her. But I still like Tisha, right, for different reasons. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with her the way people be just so against Tisha, like they knew her their whole life. I don't look at these people like that. I don't know them. I will never meet them, and they will never meet me. Okay. I think everybody on the cast, minus Sonny and Moses, got good qualities and bad qualities. Okay. Anyway, so I was like, girl, Tisha, girl, I'm trying to ride with you, girl, what you doing? So Stormi's like, well, this is giving weird because you're like, it's giving like you had a problem. Like, it's kind of giving weird because your energy about it. So Tisha's like, okay, speaking of weird, somebody inviting you to an event and you know, have words with them, but then they want to invite you to an event. And so Stormi's like, well, I didn't think it was weird, but now like I regret it. So Tisha's asking everybody, you don't think that's weird? You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's weird? Now, mind you, at this point, Mel put her stunner shades back on. I'm gonna do my reading glasses. I don't got my sunglasses. And she got back into the party. She was like, I'm not in it. My name in it. I'm not in it. I'm in the club. I'm popping it. I'm not in it. Because Mel thought them glasses made her invisible in the VIP. She said, I'm not in it. I'm bouncing back here. No, I'm not in the drama. No more drama in this dancer read. That's what Camille was giving. I was cracking up at that part because she said she want no parts of it. Tisha's like, isn't that weird? Is that weird? She said, don't put me in it. Mel said, don't put me in it, girl. No. So, Mel, next thing we know, Tisha and Stormi start getting to it. It showed Tisha's thing is like, we exchanged words at the reunion. It was a not nice word said. And so Stormi's like, okay, but last thing I said at the reunion is that like I, have respect for everybody here. And Stormi did say that. And so Tisha's like, okay, so you said some things, So she's activated. Stormi said, okay, you said I pop heels, right? So what you mean by that? So she started doing her clapping. So Tisha's like, what I said. So they go back and forth, and it was to be continued. And I was just so embarrassed for Tisha, child. I was so embarrassed. Y'all couldn't get that lady a water. Marsau, this is when you come in and escort her to the car or call her Uber or get her some water. Like, this is where I needed you to come in and get your wife and save your wife, okay? Because she was drowning. But you did it to yourself, Tisha. Okay, girl, you can't handle your liquor, and it's okay. It is okay. I think Tisha was ready to knock if you buck. I think Tisha thought that people were going to be coming at her, so she wanted to get them first, and that liquid courage got the best of her. It really did. She was doing too much, though. It was too much. And I'm like, y'all just making a scene. I don't know. It was too much. But y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all again very soon. Also, if you are a fan of the Never Ever Mets, make sure after you watch this video, you go check out that review that I did Friday night for that show. We got some shows coming back in the summer. We got our College Hill Celebrity Edition. We always review that over here. I do plan to review Bel Air. I might talk about The Shy on some shorts or something. But anyway, y'all stay tuned. Turn on those post bell notifications, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.